What's up, collectors? My name is Scott. I like to collect comic books, and chances if you're watching this video, you like to collect comic books too. The YouTube algorithm is working its magic, and it's brought you here to the premiere episode of my YouTube channel, MadMage-Collector. Alright, collectors, so thank you guys again for clicking on the video. I hope you enjoy the books I'm going to show you today. I'm just going to keep it simple for today's video. For the first video, I got some comic books to show you. I went down to my local comic book shop today and picked up some new books. As of the filming of this video, it is Wednesday, so it's new comic book day. So I had a couple items on my pull list that I was really excited to go pick up today. So let's go ahead and get to it, and I'll show you what I got. So I went to Ultimate Comics today in Cary, North Carolina, which is where I live. I actually live in Holly Springs, North Carolina, which is basically next town over, surrounding area. But they're my go-to. They're a great shop, really friendly staff. They have a huge selection of new comic books, and they have a huge selection of back issues. They have a bunch of manga, graphic novels, Funko Pops, action figures, toys. You name it, they really have it all. And again, they're a really friendly staff. I highly recommend them if you're in the area. All right, collectors. So first book on the pull list today was Ultimate Invasion #1. This is the first issue of a 4-part limited series surrounding the transformation of the Marvel Universe. I really like this cover. It's got a bunch of heroes on it. I always am attracted to the collage covers with a bunch going on, a bunch of superheroes featured on the cover. So I think this is going to be a good little limited series by Marvel here. Haven't read it yet. I hope it's good because it's a $9 book. Yeah, it's got some thickness to it. So I think there's going to be a lot going on in the first issue. Hopefully a lot of action and probably story building for the first couple pages. But cool cover. I won't take it out, but it's a wraparound cover too, I believe. So this collage, I believe, wraps around the back of it as well. So glad to have it. Really cool book to pick up today, and excited to read it. So the next book I picked up today that was on the pull list is Venom #21. So this is the current run of the Venom arc. Awesome cover, which was main reason I got it. I pick up a lot of books, especially new books, based on how I like the cover, and this one was awesome. I think there's a little spec about what's going on here with Venom. I think this is some sort of new symbiote combination. I don't know. Clearly, he's got 4 arms going on. He's kind of got like a reddish hue to him. So I'm going to read it and find out exactly what happens. I haven't been reading every single book in this series so far, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. But when I was kind of going through what was coming out this week, this one caught my eye, obviously because of the awesome cover. I like covers like this too, where it features, an action shot of the main character or main protagonist, main hero, whatever, on the cover. So really happy to pick this one up. Looking forward to reading it and figuring out what's going on here with this Venom 4-on Venom guy. So. All right, guys, so next on the pull list for this week was Cult of Carnage Misery #2. This is the first appearance of, I'm assuming, a new Carnage-like symbiote called Madness. So I'm going to read this today and figure out what's going on there. I did read the first issue of this, so features the main character of the book so far is Liz Allen. Of course, she gets a hold of, she's the president of Alchemex. At this point in time, and of course she gets a hold of some sort of Carnage-like symbiote. It connects to her, and she turns into the Misery symbiote. And the covers on this are cool as well. First cover was awesome. Second cover, again, awesome. So enjoying this series so far. Looking forward to seeing how it keeps going, what happens next. All right, guys, so next up on the pull list for this week was Superman #5. So this is the current run of Superman. I haven't read every single issue. I read issue number 1. I think I read like issue number 3 or 4 before this, but this is 5. Another awesome cover here. You can see I like to pick up really cool covers. That's what usually draws me to a book, especially newer books. But it says "Scream of the Silver Banshee." So I don't know. I'm not a big Superman guy. I'm not sure if Silver Banshee is a new character or not. I don't think he is. I feel like I've heard of him before. But I like the series so far. Again, I haven't read every single issue, but the first issue, it's pretty cool. Lex Luthor is in prison, and he's telepathically like communicating with Superman, and he's allegedly trying to help him out with this new threat that's been building. So I'm not quite sure how things are going with that dynamic so far throughout this. Like I said, I haven't read every single issue. I'm not sure if I trust Lex Luthor, if he is going to team up with Superman. He's Lex Luthor, ultimate DC bad guy villain dude. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but it's interesting so far. Superman's obviously the flagship DC character, so they're always pumping out Superman comic books. So I don't get to read too much Superman because I feel like it's just so inundated with content. But I was happy to start reading this series, and it's pretty cool so far. And love this number 5 cover. All right, only one indie pickup today. Book by Boom Studios. So the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the current run. It's been going on for a minute. It's it's over 100 issues now. I didn't start getting into it until about issue 100, which is the milestone issue. I know that Tommy, the Green Ranger, kind of fell out. He's sort of retired, lost his morphing powers. I think he may have come back at one point. A couple cameos. Throughout the next several issues after issue 100, but they're fighting with this new villain, not a new villain, a new version of, I guess, an existing villain, Rita Repulsa, who's now known as Mistress Vile. So she's coming at the Power Rangers with all her evilness, and Lord Zed teamed up with them for a minute, but I think he's back to kind of doing his own thing and fighting both the Power Rangers and Rita Repulsa. This is actually one of my subs, so I have gotten every issue so far since issue 100, and I'm gonna keep going with it. It's pretty cool, yeah, you guys should pick this up as well. All right, so for this last one, going back to a Marvel title here. So this is a number 1, The Incredible Hulk, the new Hulk series by Philip Kennedy Johnson. And a big reason I wanted to pick this book up, not just because Philip Kennedy Johnson, I think is kind of killing it right now. With his work in comics, he's become a pretty popular writer in the comic book industry. But he is actually coming to my local comic book shop, Ultimate Comics, where I picked all these up. They always get great celebrities and artists and content creators, and writers, that come in to their shops. Like I said, I primarily go to the one in Cary, but they always, seem to get people in for free signings, and it's awesome. A couple months ago, Cody Ziegler, the writer of the current Miles Morales Spider-Man title, came and did a free signing as well. And me and my son, who's 5, who loves Spider-Man, went. We got to meet Cody. He signed our number 1 of Miles Morales Spider-Man, and couldn't be happier. It was awesome experience. We hung out in the shop and everything too. I think we might have bought a couple other books while we were there, but he's coming, Philip Kennedy Johnson, so I'm going to get him to sign this number 1, and who knows, maybe this series will take off and it'll be a hit, and this could be a mint number 1 signed by the writer of this book, so that would be pretty cool. So last pickup of today was a back issue, only one back issue. I took a little video for you guys, of the shop, and you saw their big back issue area. They got a big selection. They didn't have too much Superboy, at least of this series from I think this is 94 maybe. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a big Superboy enthusiast necessarily. I picked this up because Carl Kessel, the writer of this particular Superboy series, he's also coming to Ultimate Comics in Cary in the next couple weeks. So he's going to be doing a free signing. So I figured, why not pick up an issue and get it signed? I really wanted to get the Superboy Zero, so Superboy number 0, which is the first cameo appearance of King Shark. But that book, still very affordable book. I think it clocks in at around like $3-4 for like an average high if you look at Key Collector comics. So definitely not a super expensive book, but a book that since I've learned that Carl Kessel is going to be coming doing the signing, I've been looking around for locally at Old, and just hasn't popped up yet. So bummed I couldn't get that while I was there. But this is number 2. This is the first appearance of characters, the second Scavenger and the first appearance of Silver Sword. Not too familiar with those characters. I'm assuming they're minor characters in this DC universe. But anyway, cool book, cool cover there with Superboy. It's a number 2 of this run, and it has 2 minor first appearances in there. Picked it up for I think $4. So yeah, I'll bring this with me when Carl Kessel comes to town, and I'll get him to sign it, and maybe, who knows, maybe bump up the value of this a little bit. And this looks pretty good. Yeah, not a lot of spine ticks. Corners look good. It looks kind of yellowed, so I don't know if it's supposed to look like this or if it has like sun damage on it. But I mean, it looks pretty minty to me. I don't know if it could get a 9.8, but I think it could go somewhere between 8.0 and 9.0. But who knows? Maybe I could submit this for a grading and have the signature verified, and I can have a slab comic book of this one here. I don't own a lot of slabs, so I am kind of thinking about what books I would want to submit to get slabbed, and I think it would be pretty cool to get a signed copy of this sent to CGC and to get graded, and the one we talked about earlier, The Incredible Hulk number 1, signed by Philip Kennedy Johnson when he comes to town. So I gotta mark those dates on my calendar. I gotta get both these writers to sign these books for me. It would be really cool to have it. But that's it for this first video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about my pickups today. For the next video, I'm going to do something a little bit more exciting. I bought several books off of eBay recently. I think I got everything for a really good price, including tax and shipping. So that's including in the final price of the books that I purchased. I got around 10 books or so, a little bit of Marvel, a little bit of DC. Nothing crazy, but books that I've been looking to add to my collection for a while. I'm still a relatively new collector. A lot of what I go after is 90s books, so there's going to be a lot of 90s books in here. We're not going to be opening like a Hulk 181 or a Giant Size X-Men or anything. I want to work my way up to those bigger books, get some 70s and 80s, bronze, copper age type stuff into my collection, which I do have a decent amount of, but nothing big or crazy. But like I said, I'm a 90s kid, so a lot of what I end up buying is 90s stuff just because I'm nostalgic for that. It just reminds me of back in the day. But anyway, my next video, we will open those packages. They're over here in my office, burning a hole in the floor. I have all of them. I've been really wanting to open them, and they want me to open them. But I'm going to wait, and I'm going to open them for you guys, and hopefully you guys will like that video as well. I'll get that one posted up soon, hopefully. But other than that, we're going to do a little bit of everything here on this channel. It'll be, me opening my online purchases, going and picking up, new comic books from my local comic book shop. And I do want to get out, more into the wild, hit up some flea markets, maybe some garage sales, go exploring to other comic book shops in my area. Again, I live in Holly Springs, North Carolina, so Wake County, North Carolina, near Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. So if you guys live in the area, or if you know of any good spots that I can hit up and hunt for some comic books, I really want to, kind of get into, the true, spirit of hunting, find places with, really good prices or dollar bins. I have yet to kind of have that experience, aside from going to sales or, free comic book day. My store always has, hundreds of long boxes for things that are $1, $2, but I want to go in. I want to have the experience of going into a new shop, going to the front, back, wherever it's located, right, siphoning through some dollar bins and finding some gold, hopefully. So, but anyway, hope you guys like the video. If you like the video, like and subscribe to my channel. I'm just doing this for fun right now. I'm not going to be pumping out videos every week, but I'm hoping maybe 1 or 2 videos a month. I'll come in here and I'll show you guys what I got, from the store or from my journeys, and share with you my comic book collecting experience. So happy hunting, keep on collecting, and I'll see you guys soon.